Follow the flow when you want to succeed with your goals. What exactly that means? It means that you work with your idea, you work with your goal, you work with your plan, but at the same time, you are receptive of what's going on around you in the environment. All these different factors that we will not be able to control as human beings. It is not into our power. Our power is limited only on our goals and what we can do with our own actions and our own choices, specifically for what is our own actions for those goals. But there are some situations, some conditions that they influence and affect so much our goals because they are from the outside, they're coming from the outside, they are external, they are social, they are global, they are the weather. For example, the pandemic was a huge factor. The pandemic of COVID from 2020 was a huge factor that affected a lot of businesses, a lot of planning, a lot of goal setting. It was something unforeseen. It was something that nobody could have predicted before. But it so happened, it did happen, and it was there. So while you create your own goals, there can be some factors that will affect you or might affect the planning and the designing of your goals. What do you do when you see that? Do you stop? Do you say, I quit? Do you say that I will totally abandon my idea? Well, you have to think it over. You have to be careful and you have to listen to the environment, to perceive what the environment gives you as information. For those who lived the pandemic of 2020, they were asked to readapt their planning and redesign their planning. There are so many people that they decided to do as much as work from online work or from distance work they could do, or they were able to decide to postpone their planning, the application of their planning, and to say that they're going to do it a little bit later. But in the meantime, they were still preparing their goal. You will still are able to prepare your goal. What's important here to understand is that if you want your goal very, very much, if that's a career, if that's a business setup, you see what the environment, the conditions at every single time frame provides for you, and you decide how you're going to adjust your plan according to this time frame and according to those conditions, specific conditions that they are there at that specific time and place. So you work with that plan and you see that you have a general idea in the beginning, and then you say, well, now the conditions are changed. For example, at my own work, I was also having people coming to my office. That stopped completely, okay? I've stopped accepting people at my office even before the lockdown was taking place at my city, Athens, Greece. So I have seen that this is a very dangerous situation that will cause people a lot of damage if I let people coming. So I decided to redesign my work and my practice, and I decided that everything will be online, at least until things are cleared with the COVID situation. Since it was not necessary for me to work in physical with my clients, it was really easy to decide to do that online. And of course, people knowing the situation, how serious it's been, they have gladly accepted. So you just adjust your work, you adjust your plans. There were other people that they were deciding to have, for example, in the theater, to prepare their work, prepare their shows, prepare their plays, and know that they're going to be ready when the lockdown will be over and start again. So you replan. In the meantime, they were doing other things. They knew that it couldn't work in the theater, so they did other things. There are other people that they have written poetic collections which have been very successful, or they've written other plays or books, or they've sung, or they've created a nice communities on the social media, and they were performing through the social media, and they were keeping their communities active. They tried to do their best in order to adapt during those conditions and keep their dream going on. The community of the theater was alive, and they were just having the ability to watch everything on the internet, online, through social media, but not on a brick and mortar theater. So it is really, really necessary to have those reflexes at every single moment and understand that you design a plan, you have all the fantastic ideas, and you are very inspired, driven, motivated, and engaged to succeed at your plan. But at every single moment, be careful, be aware that the conditions will maybe ask you to readapt, redesign your plan, or reset it. And it's really necessary to respond to those reflexes and do that. Don't get frustrated if these things happen. Just instead of looking the sad part or the negative part or the negative of this aspect, just look the other way around. See the opportunity coming with this fact. The opportunity for these people, for example, in the theatrical communities, was that actually they were able to access even more people, younger people, people that they like more watching things on social media, and they created a new community, and they had also the time to work with new plays, read new plays, and have more ideas, so they could have more successful plays when they were coming back to open theaters and present new, fresh ideas with new approaches. So it was an opportunity. It was a blessing in disguise. Always seek the blessing in disguise when you see that the conditions change and that they ask you to change as well. That doesn't mean you're going to quit your plan. It just tells you that maybe you can adapt it, or in very difficult cases, postpone it. All right? So be focused, be aware, and always keep in mind your dream. Always keep in mind your goal. Always keep in mind your business. Just keep it here. Don't let it go. Don't let it leave your idea, your mind. And at the same time, look around you. Look all the information you have, all the new opportunities or the new conditions that they appear, and adapt your plan accordingly. So for that, as you know, a success coach is always there to assist you, guide you to find what is the best option for the adjustment of your plan according to the new conditions. Ask your success coach right now. You can write me below, see the information, email me, and claim your own free session, coaching session with me, Panagiota. Okay?